Proportion, Ratio 2, Class 6, NCERT, Chapter 12, Exercise 12.2. Naman paid rupees 45 and Gagan paid rupees 90 to buy 30 stamps. How many stamps should Naman and Gagan get? Now the ratio of the money paid by Naman to the money paid by Gagan is 45 by 90, which is equal to 1 by 2 or 1:2. Now the stamps also should be distributed in the same ratio, that is 1:2. Naman should get 10 stamps out of 30 stamps and Gagan should get 20 stamps out of 30 stamps. The two ratios are equal. 45 by 90 is equal to 10 by 20. Or we say that 45:90 is as 10:20, or 45:90 is equal to 10:20. 45, 90, 10 and 20 are in proportion and it is read as 45:90 is as 10:20. In a proportion, the four quantities involved when taken in order are known as first, second, third and fourth terms. First and fourth terms are known as extreme terms. Second and third terms are known as middle terms or mean terms. The sign for proportion is given. 45 and 20 here are extreme terms in the proportion and 90 and 10 are mean or middle terms in the proportion. Let us multiply the extreme terms. We have 45 multiplied by 20 equals 900. Similarly, we multiply the mean or the middle terms. 90 multiplied by 10 is equal to 900. Their product is the same. In a proportion, product of the mean terms is always equal to the product of the extreme terms. Let's take another example. Aarti bought 5 exercise books for rupees 55. Kumkum bought 12 exercise books for rupees 132. We compare the number of exercise books and their prices as a ratio in the two cases. Ratio of the number of exercise books bought by Aarti to that bought by Kumkum is 5/12. Ratio of the money Aarti paid to that Kumkum paid is equal to 55/132. On simplifying, it comes out to be equal to 5/12. The two ratios are equal. We say that the two ratios are in proportion and is written as 5:12 is as 55:132, or 5:12 is equal to 55:132. 5, 12, 55 and 132 are in proportion and is read as 5:12 is as 55:132. The extreme terms in this proportion are 5 and 132. The mean or middle terms in this proportion are 12 and 55. Let us multiply the extreme terms. 5 multiplied by 132 is equal to 660. Let us now multiply the middle terms, that is 12 multiplied by 55. This comes out to be equal to 660. What do we observe? The product of the extreme terms is equal to the product of the mean terms in a proportion. Let us take ratios 30 centimeters and 5 meters and 20 seconds and 3 minutes. Ratio 30 centimeters to 5 meters is equal to 30:5 multiplied by 100. We've changed meters to centimeters. So 30 by 500 is equal to 3:50. Ratio of 20 seconds to 3 minutes is equal to 20:3 multiplied by 60. We've changed 3 minutes into seconds. This gives 20 is to 180, which on simplification is 1 is to 9. We say that ratio 30 is to 500 is not equal to 20 is to 180. So 30, 500, 20 and 180 are not in proportion. Let's do some problems now. Determine if the following are in proportion. Now 15, 45, 40 and 120 are the numbers that are given. Now ratio of 15 and 45 is 15 upon 45 comes out to be 1 upon 3. Ratio of 40 and 120 is equal to 40 by 120. On simplification becomes 1 by 3. Now the two ratios are equal. 15 is to 45 is equal to 40 is to 120. Therefore, the numbers 15, 45, 40 and 120 are in proportion. Let's take another example. 24, 28, 36, 48. Ratio of 24 and 28 is equal to 24 by 28. It comes out to be 6 upon 7 or 6 is to 7. Now ratio of 36 and 48 is equal to 36 upon 48. Comes out to be 6 by 8. 6 is to 8. Now 6 is to 7 is not equal to 6 is to 8. So are they in proportion? No. So 24, 28, 36 and 48 are not in proportion. Let's take 32, 48, 70 and 210. Ratio of 32 and 48 comes out to be equal to 2 upon 3 or 2 is to 3. Ratio of 70 and 210 comes out to be equal to 1 is to 3. The two ratios are not equal. So 32, 48, 70 and 210 are not in proportion. Let us try the second sum. Write true or false against each of the following statements. Now first one is 16 is to 24, 20 is to 30. Now 16 by 24 is 2 upon 3 or 2 is to 3. 20 is to 30 is equal to 2 is to 3. So the two ratios are equal. So it is true. B statement is 21 is to 6 is as 35 is to 10. So 21 by 6 is equal to 7 upon 2 and 35 upon 10 is equal to 7 upon 2. The two ratios are equal, so it's a true statement. 12 is to 18 is as 28 is to 1. Now 12 is to 18 is 4 by 6 or 2 by 3 and 28 by 1 is equal to 28 by 1. The two ratios are not equal, so false. Now in the third problem we have to find out, are the following statements true? Now let's do the sums. 40 persons is to 200 persons is equal to rupees 15 is to rupees 75. Now 40 by 200 on simplification becomes 1 by 5 and the ratio 15 by 75 on simplification becomes 1 by 5. The two ratios are equal, so it's a true statement. 7.5 liters is to 15 liters. So 7.5 upon 15 will come out to be equal to 1 upon 2. And similarly, 5 by 10 will come out to be equal to 1 by 2. The two ratios are equal, so it's a true statement. They are in proportion. 99 by 45 on simplification becomes 11 by 5. 44 upon 20 on simplification becomes 11 upon 5. The two ratios are equal, so it's a true statement. 32 meters is to 64 meters is equal to 6 seconds is to 12 seconds. So 32 by 64 is equal to 1 by 2. Same way 6 by 12 is equal to 1 by 2. The two ratios are equal, so it's a true statement. 45 kilometers is to 60 kilometers is equal to 12 hours is to 15 hours. Now 45 by 60 is equal to 3 upon 4 and 12 upon 15 is equal to 4 upon 5. The two ratios are not equal. Now let's determine if the following ratios form a proportion. And we have to write the middle terms and extreme terms where the ratios form a proportion. Is the product of the middle terms equal to the product of the extreme terms? 25 centimeter is to 1 meter and rupees 40 is to rupees 160. Now the ratio 25 by 1 meter will be, we change meters into centimeters by multiplying by 100. So we get 25 by 100, which on simplification becomes 1 by 4. Similarly, 40 by 160 on simplification becomes 1 by 4. The two ratios are equal. So 25, 100, 40 and 160 forms a proportion. The middle terms are 40 and 100. The extreme terms are 25 and 160. Product of middle terms is 40 into 100. That is 4,000. Product of extreme terms is 25 into 160. That is 4,000. Yes, the product of the middle terms is equal to the product of the extreme terms. Now 39 liters is to 65 liters and 6 bottles is to 10 bottles. So 39 by 65 on simplification becomes 3 upon 5. And 6 upon 10 on simplification also becomes 3 by 5. The two ratios are equal. So 39 is to 65 is as 6 is to 10 form a proportion. Middle terms are 65 and 6. The extreme terms are 39 and 10. Product of middle terms is 6 into 65 is equal to 390. Product of extreme terms is equal to 39 multiplied by 10 is equal to 390. Yes, the product of middle terms is equal to the product of extreme terms. Now the last question. 2 kilograms is to 80 kilograms and 25 grams is to 625 grams. 2 by 80 is 1 upon 40 on simplification and 25 by 625 is equal to 1 upon 25 on simplification. The two ratios are not equal, so 2, 80, 25, 625 do not form a proportion. Middle terms are 80 and 25. The extreme terms are 2 and 625. Product of middle terms is 80 into 25. Product of extreme terms is 2 into 625. The product of the middle and the extreme terms are not equal when the numbers are not in proportion. The product of the middle terms is not equal to the product of extreme terms when numbers are not in proportion. Let's do another problem. 200 milliliters is to 2.5 liters and rupees 4 is to rupees 50. Now 200 upon, we change 2.5 liters to milliliters and we get 200 upon 2500 on simplification becomes 2 upon 25 and 4 upon 50 again on simplification becomes 2 upon 25. The two ratios are equal, so the ratio 200 is to 2500 is as 4 is to 50 form a proportion. Middle terms are 2504. The extreme terms are 250. Product of the middle terms is equal to 2500 into 4, that is 10,000. Product of extreme terms is equal to 200 into 50 is equal to 10,000. Yes, the product of the middle terms is equal to the product of the extreme terms.